I always get so absorbed when I sing, I get completely embarrassed when I stop singing. I always kind of wish I could disappear and then start singing again. What felt good about that is I didn't have so much Botox that my face didn't show expression, and I felt it was solid. Felt good about that. My family came from Switzerland. They were living in Germany at the dawn of the Second World War, and there was a group of artists of all disciplines, and they wanted to escape the war and the environment in Europe, and they heard Alaska was giving away pieces of land, homesteading, to anybody that was willing to go up and try and settle the territory. So this group of artists decided to send a scout ahead named Yule, and he stowed away on a ship and made it up to Alaska and carried a ladder on his back and hiked across the hardened glacial ice fields. And when he would come across a crevice, he'd lay the ladder down and walk across it and put it back on his back. It took him 2 years, but he found a beautiful piece of land in Homer, Alaska, and he wrote back to everybody in Europe and said to come on over. But everybody had moved on with their lives. They'd either moved out of Germany or they'd gotten involved in the war, except for one woman. She was an aspiring opera singer. Her name was Ruth. And she decided to leave her family and her loved ones and her passion of singing and marry a man that she hardly knew, because she felt if she was going to have children that they should be born in a free country. So she got off the boat and he handed her flowers and they got married, and she had 8 children in a one-room log cabin. I taught them all to sing. All of my aunts and uncles are very talented. They all write and play music, and my dad sort of picked up, I guess, where his mother had left off, and was going to become a professional musician. He made several records, was doing quite well in Alaska, and was actually going to come down here to Nashville, was his big dream, and was about to do that. But my mom left us when I was 8, and so he took over raising us. He moved us back to the homestead, and I was raised in the saddle barn next to the cabin he was raised in. And my dad and I sang in bars since I was really little. That's how we made a living. I was probably the only 4th grader that went from the bar from elementary school right to the bar. Well, sometimes I start in the bar in the morning, but it's just on the hard days. And then I guess I picked up where my dad left off. My grandmother did live to get to see me become successful, and she had tears in her eyes and hugged me and said it was worth it to give up her dreams to see them come true for me, which is really such an amazing sacrifice. So I wrote this for my dad and for my grandmother. It's called My Father's Daughter. It'll be on my next record. She stepped off of the boat to see flowers in his hand. The man she would marry was as hard as the mountains. She had 8 children in a log cabin. Soon I'd be another star in this family's constellation, the land of the midnight sun, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter. He has his mother's eyes, and I am the product of her sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter. My daddy raised me in a log cabin, and he sang for me the songs his mother sang for him, in honky-tonks and empty bars, just me and him, and that old guitar. He passed on a legacy, wrapped up in a melody that I carry on, searching for gold. I am my father's daughter. I have his eyes. I am the product of his sacrifice. I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations, and their stories live in me like holy water. I am my father's daughter. to remind me I am my father's daughter, I have my grandma's eyes, I am the product of such sacrifice, I am the accumulation of the dreams of generations and their stories living me like, oh, you. I am my father's daughter, oh, I am my father's daughter.